Hello to the chicos and the chicas. Please accept some apologies. YouTube has been a teeny bit neglected because I'm super duper busy with being the white shirt guy, which always means some chessable recordings. But yeah, now I'm back at ya, and today we are going to do the reverse of the video that I did about how to not to talk yourself into bad moves. Today we are going to do the reverse of that, and I'm going to show you how to talk yourself into good moves. And the psychology is quite stunning because, generally speaking, there is that phenomenon that we discussed last time, that you know it's a bad move and you spend a fair bit of time on talking yourself into it. Now, generally speaking, on the reverse of things, it tends to go the other way, which is that you see a good move, you know it's the right move, and you see something and you immediately reject it and you move on, and you go like, bugger, I so would have liked to play that, but I just can't, so time to look for something else. And this is exactly where the two things need to swap over. So what I mean by that is that when you see a move that you really want to play and you think it's great, you should spend more time to try to justify it, to find a way to make it work. Whereas when you see a move that you already know from get-go, from day dot, that coach is gonna rip into me big time for that, don't try to spend 20 minutes justifying that nonsense. No. That's where very little time, back off. But when you have a position like this, and you go like, oh man, would it be nice to kick that queen with bishop f4? If only I could do that. And I'm quoting this from a student game, by the way, where here, in this position, we ended up playing the absolutely abysmal e3. And that's a life changer, friends. And the reason, by the way, why, I swear to God, this is the reason why this happened, because we did not spend more than 0.9 seconds on bishop f4. Like, literally, we spent enough time on considering bishop f4 to realize it's hanging, but not enough time, not skill, time to realize that, yes, it's hanging, but it's not capturable because it's queen takes b7 and carnage city. Now, this is a really extreme example in the sense that it's very easy, right? But you would be surprised to see how often the moves that you want to play that are good and you discard them are actually rather easy. Like they are hiding there in plain sight. And it's not something extremely obscure usually. It's not something obscure that justifies it. It's just like, bang, takes b7, picking off a8, and happy days. So even if you don't know that this is a motif, it is a very well-known motif, you would need to figure out somehow, I think, that this is doable, because you are attracted to the idea, and then you start calculating, and if you calculate more than half a move, you are done. Let me show you another example. This popped up in a lesson the other day, and hopefully I copied the position correctly. So, student plays white, absolutely massacres the opponent, outplays him beautifully, and we come to this position. We literally just captured a free piece on f6, by the way, which got recaptured on f6. And that's generally the point where people tend to drop the ball, because they do not have the appropriate mentality. And unfortunately, this is yet another cruel one that I must teach you, but as in, the concept is a little bit dark, but basically what happens on the chessboard right now, what's happening on the board is the analogy of someone who is on the ground and you still kick them, right? So I feel bad about saying this, but I think that's the most fitting analogy. So right now your opponent is down. This is your time when you really need to ensure that you put them away. Because if now we start playing suboptimal moves, they will start finding reasons to stay in the game and not give up. So this is it when you really need to hammer it. When they are down, you really need to step it up yet another notch. It's really cruel. By the way, this is why chess is a really difficult game, and a lot of people do not always necessarily reach their potentials in it, because not everyone tells you this, but chess is fundamentally really cruel. Like, you really need to go after them in the most vicious way and exploit their weaknesses when it hurts the most and hurt them when very clearly they are incapable of defending themselves. The entire concept is really, really nasty and dark. So, let's talk instead chess. Student says, wanted to play b5 but couldn't. And right away I'm going like, hold on a second, Reno, because as soon as I looked at this position, that was my idea too. Let's play b5. Looks so good. He goes, no, couldn't do it because of queen d4. And I'm like, hello? He goes, yeah, b5 takes, and then I'd lose a pawn. See how easy it is to have the right idea and then talk yourself out of it? And how long would it have taken to prove it correct? About as long as I just played it out and black resigns, because there are 2 pieces hanging. So when you have the right idea and you think you do have the right idea, and then suddenly something flashes in your head going like, I can't do that, do not give in. You may be right. It's not always that the move that comes to you first as your number 1 candidate is gonna work. It's not always. But very often, when you find but it doesn't work because of blah, if you actually spend more than 5 seconds on what that blah is, in this case queen d4, you are going to find that actually it's nonsense. Knight e2 hits the queen, bishop is gone, bishop is hanging, the game is over. And so b5 literally forces bishop d7, and then you can play knight e2, which may look to you like it's defending d4, it's because it is, but the main point, of course, is to pile up with the backward pawn that we just created by playing b5. We also denied, by the way, the opening of the a file for the black rook, and we also avoided trading pawns, which is important because we are up a piece. We want to trade pieces, not pawns. So, yeah, knight e2, and after rook c8, a healthy piece up, and winner, chicken dinner. Long story short, friends, when you feel like you found the right move, but somehow it appears that it doesn't work, just give it a bit more time, a bit more calculation, double check everything, and you will find that you are actually going to be able to play the move that you thought was not doable, even though you thought it was best. On that note, friends, I'm going to let you go. The next few days / week is still going to be a little bit of a rocky road, but back afterwards, I'm going to be in full swing. So, yeah, hang in there with me. Watch some other videos, please. Don't forget to chuck a like on this one. Leave a comment down below, please. Super thank me if you can, and I'm going to be with more very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.